Good morning, everybody. Hello, it's Thursday, the 2nd of April, 9 a.m. And Brooke here with your morning workout and stretch to get you ready for your day. Hopefully start your day off right. Nice to be nearing the end of the week. Can't believe we're in week 2 of doing this twice a day. We are going to be doing a session this afternoon again at 5:30. So that's going to be a beginner session. I'm going to get my mom doing it back in Ohio, and older relatives and younger kids might be good for them as well. This morning we're going to do a fairly intermediate session, like a typical book session. Some equipment that you may want to use if you have it to hand is a pair of light weights, resistance band, and a ball. But I've been testing out other types of equipment or possible substitutes, and I found that you can take a towel and fold it up as many times as you can, like that, and that can be a ball as well. It just gives you something to squeeze up against. So feel free to grab a towel if you don't have a ball, and grab some cans or some big water bottles if you don't have weights. Band, a little bit trickier to find something that gives you that kind of resistance, that tension. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and get started. Start standing up, looking at your feet. We're gonna start with our plank variation, move on through our abdominals, work into the legs, upper bodies, doing some balance and things today, so a little bit of everything. So as you're standing, just look at your toes. Toes and heels should be in a line. I want you to take a big breath in, reach the arms up, and then breathe out, come up onto those toes. So lift your heels nice and high. Try to engage your inner thighs, pulling the legs slightly together. Draw the belly button in, and then reach your arms out to the side. Drop your heels down to the mat. Drop your chin to your chest, round the spine, and just start waking up that spine by rolling all the way down, really folding over your legs and hanging there for a moment. Nod the head yes. Shake the head no. And then bend both knees. Rest your chest on top of the knees. Get your hands down to the mat. And then breathe out. Straighten the legs back up. Trying to keep those hands on the mat. Breathe in. Bend the knees. Rest the chest on top of the knees. Hips are really low, like in a super low squat. Exhale. Straighten up the legs. Last time, we're going to bend the knees. Lift the hands. And then slowly roll yourself back to standing. Again, articulating every joint of that spine. Just getting that fluidity and mobility through those joints. Breathe in, lift the arms overhead, and breathe out, come up onto your toes. Find your balance there, and we're going to twist to the left. So turn the shoulders to the left, hips stay facing the front, narrow the waist, breathe in, stay tall. Twist to the right, try to lock those ankles in place. Inhale back to the center. One more time, twisting to the left, and center. So work all of the muscles of your legs. Lift your kneecaps. Get the inner thighs working. That will help with the balance. Then breathe in. Come back to the center. Reach your arms out to the side and lace the fingers behind the back. Lift the arms, lift the chest, look up to the ceiling. And then breathe out. Keep your back straight. Let the arms hang out from the body. Keep your legs straight and just drop forward. And again, nod your head. Take your hands down to the mat. I want you to bend the knees and walk your hands forward. Breathing out as you come forward into a plank. Lift the head, slide the shoulders down away from the ears. Now you're going to lift your right leg up, and we're just going to lift it high till I just tap and lift. But I want it to go fairly high. Lift high, tap, lift and tap. Look off the end of the mat, last two. And hold that last one up, pull that right knee in and out. Bend and extend. Two more on that right leg. Last one, reach, and then take the right foot down. Zip the core a little tighter, press the mat away. Now your left leg, point the toe, lift and lower. Pointed toe, long, strong leg. Last three, and two, and hold. Now bend and extend. Breathe in and out. Last two, and reach, and one, reach up. Come back to your plank, lift your hips up. Press into your heels and hold your downward dog stretch. Really curl the tailbone up to the ceiling, arch the back. Big inhale, and then walk your hands back to your feet. Make sure your feet are still parallel, still hip width apart. Bend the knees, round the spine, and roll yourself all the way up. Shoulders and head come up last. Now you lift your left arm up So really lengthen through that left side. Just imagine these ribs, just finding a little more space between each one as you really lengthen through that arm. Breathe in, right arm goes up. So just make sure it's not a lean. We just lift like a healing balloon's pulling you up. And then lower that hand down, chin to your chest, rounded spine, rolling down once again. This time as we hang over the legs, I want you to bend the right knee, keep your left leg straight. Switch it, bend the left knee, keep the right leg straight, let the hips kind of rock side to side. Right knee bends, left knee bends. One more each way, right and left. And then bend both knees, hands to the mat again, breathing out, walk your hands forward into your plank. Now I want you to breathe in, tap your knees to the mat, breathe out, lift them back up. Inhale, lower, exhale, lift. Last two, and lift, and one, and lift, hold. Now take your right hand, touch your left shoulder, then rock it the other way, left hand to right shoulder. Stay there, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back to the center, lift your hips high, press into your heels, straight legs, straight back. Inhale, and then exhale, walk your hands back. Bend the knees, rounded spine, and just roll yourself slowly up like a ragdoll. Shoulders and head come up last. Breathe in, lift the arms up. Ribs towards your hips, belly button pulled in, shoulders down the back. Exhale, lift up onto your toes and down. Lift and lower. For 4 and 3. Last 2. Hold the last one, reach the arms out to the side, drop your heels down to the mat, drop your chin to your chest, rounded spine. One last time, rolling all the way down. We go straight out into our plank. Breathing out as you go forward. But this time I want you to drop down to your elbows. Shoulders slide down the back. I want you to step your feet a little bit wider to the edges of the mat. And then we're again. Tap the knees down, exhale, lift. Looking off the end of the mat, tap the knees, and lift. Stay there for 4 and 3. Last 2. 1. Up and hold. Now walk the feet together. I want ankles touching, knees touching. Lift the head. Now we're going to dip the right hip down. Inhale back through the center. Breathing out. Left hip comes down. Inhale to the center. Right hip. Through the center. Left. One more time each way. Left, back to the center. Just realign, zip the cord a little tighter, press your mat away. Now turn your knee out to the side and back, like a little Spider-Man crawl, and back. Stay there for 4 and 3. Last 2 and 1. Back to the center, drop your knees and sit back onto your heels. Stretch your arms, stretch your back, rest your head. Good. Drag your hands back. Lace the fingers one more time behind the back, just lifting the chest, opening up the chest, and then take the hands down. Now, flipping onto your back. So we're going to start with our 100, and I always like to have something, a ball, or like I said, a towel. I'm going to do it with a towel today, between your ankles. So trying to hold that towel, add just a little bit of wobble. So wobbling is good. It makes us work a few more muscles. Come into our tabletop, so knees above the hips, shins parallel to the floor, ribs towards your hips, a little gap under your lower back. Now peel the head and shoulders up, reach the arms forward, and then stretch the legs out. Squeeze that tower, that ball, whatever you got there. Breathing in, 2, 3, 4, and out. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4, and out. Breathe in. So we inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. Breathe out, 2, 3, 4. So actually, I find the towel almost more wobbly than a ball. Breathing in, 2, 3, 4, and out. 2, 3, 4. Breathe in. Keep the shoulders high. It's like you're popped on the very tips of your shoulder blades. Look in towards your abdominals. Belly button scooped in tight. 2 more breaths. Breathing in, 2, 3, 4, and out. 1 more. Breathing in, 2, 3, 4. Breathe out. 2, 3, 4. Take the shoulders back. Pull your knees in, keep that ball or towel or whatever you have there between the ankles. Take your hands behind your head. Now we're going to breathe out. Stretch the legs as you peel the head and shoulders up. Hold. Inhale, lower the legs down. Exhale, lift. And inhale, take the shoulders down, bend the knees. And I'm going to show a modification. Breathe out, shoulders up. So we just take the legs a little bit away. Keep the knees bent. Keep the feet closer to the body. And that's your modification. So if it was going into your lower back at all, just have the feet closer to the body. I'm going to do more advanced now. 3 times. Exhale, shoulders up, legs long, belly. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Breathe in to reset. 2 more. Shoulders high, legs long, elbows out wide. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, back. Last one. Shoulders up, legs long. Breathe in and out and back. And then just pass that towel or that ball, whatever, to your hands. Hug your knees into your chest and rock side to side. Okay, ball, prop ball, towel, whatever, away. We're going to reach your arms overhead, stretch your legs out long, and just really stretch your body from the tips of the fingers to the tips of the toes. Now imagine kind of a strap or something over your ankles, keeping the feet down on the mat as you lift your hands, lift your head, peel your spine up, and reach forward. Breathe in, straighten up the back. Now, if you have weights, grab them, or cans, water bottles, whatever you may have. Reach your arms out, breathe out, tilt the pelvis, scoop the belly around the spine. We're going to hold halfway back. Exhale, lift the arms overhead. Inhale, lower. And so I want you pointed to squeezing the legs together, really anchoring the legs, leaning back as far as you can without letting those legs come up off the mat. That's 2, and down, and 1, and down. Next one, I'm going to lift the arms up and then roll your spine all the way down. Reach those weights or whatever. Your hands behind you. Inhale, then exhale. Lift the hands, head, spine, peel up. Reach forward. Breathe in, straighten up the back. And then breathe out, come halfway back. Open the chest. Turning to the left and center. Keep the hands in line with your shoulders. Keep the legs really stable. Keep your breath flowing as we exhale. As we open the arms, we inhale as we come back. 4 more. And center. Last 3. Looking over that shoulder. 2. And center. Last 1. Back to the center. Arms up if you want that challenge. And then roll down from there. Take a big breath in. And then breathing out 1 last time. Hands, head, spine, rolling up. Stretching forward. Straighten up the back. And then come halfway back. Hold. Shoulders down. Try to lift the chest a little bit. Lift your chin. Cross your right hand across your left leg. Left arm to the ceiling. Right arm to the ceiling. So left arm crosses the body. Breathing out. Breathe in and out. Have a look at your feet. Make sure the feet aren't sliding side to side. Try to keep them perfectly anchored. Really active muscles in your legs, even as we're working to our upper body and our waist. 1 more time each way. Really turn the shoulders, cross that arm across, hold. Inhale, change arms long and straight. Exhale. Inhale, take the hands to the front. And we're going to roll down and then drop your weights. Just leave them behind you if you have them in your hands. Take a big breath in. As you breathe out, we're going to come into our balance. I want you to hold the backs of the knees with the first one. Roll the shoulders back. Lift your chin up. Imagine hooks in the chest, lifting the chest up. I'm going to stretch the arms out. Extend your legs. And then breathe out. Slowly lower all the way back down to the mat. Big breath in. Lengthen from the tips of the fingers to the tips of the toes. Sweep all the way around. Knees to chest. Shoulders back. Chest up. Chin up. Arms go up, legs go up. If you can extend the legs without moving the spine, and then breathe out, roll yourself all the way back down. Inhale to hold. Exhale, lift. So you can come up with the legs straight, shoulders back, chin up, and then exhale, control all the way down. Last one, we're gonna add a little twist here. So I want you to come up into your teaser. Try to get those legs as straight as you can. Pull your shoulders back, and then take your hands behind you. Now, if you can't get your legs straight, you can have your knees bent, that's fine, but if you can get the legs straight, do. Circle the legs. Hold. Reverse that circle. Hold. So inhale to hold, exhale. Strong exhale as you move those legs. So it's quite a lot of load. Your legs are quite heavy. You have to work those abdominals and control the movement of the spine, making it easier, just circling the knees. Circle. Good. Let's go 1 more time each way. Exhale to move. Inhale to hold. Exhale to move, inhale to hold, and then pull yourself all the way down to the mat. Hug your knees into your chest and rock side to side. Good. All right, now grab your ball or your towel, and we're gonna dial it back. So that was quite a strong abdominal exercise. We're gonna do one now that just works a little bit deeper, a little more subtle. I'm gonna place your prop, your ball or your towel right at your sacrum, the lowest part of your spine. So between your hip bones and your tailbone. When you lift your knees up to our tabletop position, hands just laying across the sides of the waist, almost push the sides of the waist together. Fingertips pointing towards that belly button, scoop the belly button down, lift the pelvic floor, so sit bones together. Draw your right toe down to the mat, breathe out, lift it back up. Lower your left toe down to the mat, exhale, lift it back up. Keep your hands laying across your abdominals. I always find that having those hands there just helps you gauge if anything is lifting up or doming, bulging up. We want everything scooping in tight. So imagine your hands really heavy, just holding those abdominals in. Thumbs pointing to the lowest front rib, trying to pull that rib down. Keep going there. Little pinky fingers touching the inside of your hip bones, making sure those muscles are tight as well. So again, use those fingertips just to engage those muscles, to send the messages from the brain to the muscles. We're gonna hold the next one now. I'm gonna flex your feet. We're gonna lower your left heel down and hold it there. Now lower your right heel down. Make sure nothing bulges up through the abdominals. Left knee comes up, and then your right knee comes up. So you can get your ribs down a little bit more. Left heel down, hold. Right heel follows, just barely touching as if you're touching water. Exhale, lift. And then exhale, lift again. Inhale, fill the lungs. Exhale to lower. Little sip of breath. Exhale as you move again. Again, little sip of breath. Breathe out. So you're generally exhaling when you're moving those legs. Taking little sips of breath as needed when you're holding. One more time. Left heel down. Right heel down. Left knee up. Right knee up. Now if you have weights, try to find them once again. Maybe they're behind you. Mine are. Reach your arms over your shoulders. Knees over your hips. Have your knees a little bit apart. So I don't want the knees touching here. Got about a fist distance between your knees. Extend your right arm and your left leg out. Exhale. Inhale. Hand and knee come back to the starting point. Exhale. Left arm, right leg out. Inhale back. Exhale. Reach. And back. No movement through the spine as you do this. I don't want you arching that lower back any higher up off that mat. As you extend the arms and legs, keep that scoop, that hollowness through your abdominals. One more time each way. Out and back and out and back. Now just hold the knees where they are in that tabletop position. Open your arms out to the side and then exhale. Imagine you're kind of pushing the air together. Inhale, slowly resist as you lower back down, and then as you're squeezing that air together, really add that imaginary resistance. Inhale, slowly lower down. Exhale, kind of compressing that air, drawing the belly button in tighter. Inhale, open the arms out, feel that stretch through the chest, and exhale, engaging those muscles, hollowing the abdominals at the same time. Now, we're gonna hold our dead bug position here, and I'm gonna drop the left arm and right knee to the side. So we've got to have to balance on that towel or that ball, whatever you have, left knee and right arm. So it's opposite arm and leg. Your spine is like the spine of a book. Your arm and leg are like the pages of those books going out in opposite directions. The breath is exhale as you open, inhale as you close. One more time each way, exhale and inhale. Last one, out and back. Take the weights down. I'm going to grab your legs, hold the backs of your legs, get the legs as straight as you can. Maybe lift your hips. If you've got that towel, then you may want to actually lift the towel a little higher. If you have a ball, it's probably holding you high enough already. Hold the right leg, let the left leg drop down. Get both legs a little straighter. Got to keep your shoulders relaxed. And breathe in, change legs, hold the left leg as you let the right leg drop. And then take both hands onto the mat, and we're just going to kind of bicycle these legs. 4, 3, 2, 1, and reverse it. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Both feet down to the mat, hips up off of that ball, towel, whatever you're using, and then back down to the mat. Okay, take your hands behind your head. Lift your knees up to tabletop, feet together, knees together. We're going to peel the head and shoulders up off the mat, and I want you to cross. Touch your elbow to your knee. Exhale. Inhale, change. Elbow to knee, and change. And change. Have a little look at the pelvis at your hips. Try to keep them from rocking. Imagine them slightly sinking down into a little inch of cement, holding them there. Stay there. 8, 7. Your straight leg goes straight. Bend the knee, pulls into that chest, touching that opposite elbow. Less. 4, 3, 2. I'm going to hold the next one. We're going to tap 8 times. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, change. Exhale, tap. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now pull both knees into the chest. Square the shoulders. Hold your knees, and I'm going to breathe out with both arms, both legs, reaching and tucking. Exhale, and inhale. Pull the chin into your chest. Try to take the weight of that head forward. If your head's really feeling heavy, if you're feeling strain through your neck, one hand can support the head, the other arm goes out. Aim for 4 and 3. Last 2. And 1. And then take the shoulders back, head down, turn your head side to side, stretching your neck. Good. Now hands just off the edges of your mat. Don't push any equipment out of the way. Lift both toes up to the ceiling. Head stays down. Now, as we were doing before in our teaser pose, kind of in our balance, circling the legs, we're going to try that a little bit easier with the back on the mat. We're just going to circle the legs all the way around. Exhale as you circle. Reverse the direction of your circle each time. Exhale as you move. Hips are going to roll, but I want your shoulders to stay anchored to the mat. It's a big exhale. Breathe out through the mouth. Hold. Breathe in through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Inhale to hold. 1 more each way. Last one. And around. Pull your knees in. Now find your ball. I'm going to actually use the ball this time. Or you can actually use a weight or something else. You can use the towel, but it might get a little bit unbundled. What I'm going to do is extend the legs up to the ceiling. Head and shoulders up off the ceiling. And we're going to pass the ball through the legs. So I'm going to show you a couple different things. You can pass a weight. I'm going to try it with a towel. You never, that works too. Aim for 8, 7, quite like the weight. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take the shoulders down and pull your knees in. Circle your knees around. Good, both ways. Okay, now hands on your mat, ball, towel, weight, whatever you're using to the side. We're going to breathe out and pull your knees in. Imagine you're trying to kind of pinch your nose with your knees. So really articulate around in your spine. Roll your spine back down to the mat and stretch the legs out. Breathe in, press into those arms. Try to get your hips up off the mat. Feel free to hold your hands to your lower back if you need to. Roll it back down, extend the legs out and in. Now we try to keep the head down. So imagine a little strap over your forehead, holding that head on the mat as you roll the spine down. Breathe out and in. Knees into the chest, almost touching that nose. Roll it down, extend the legs out and in. Last one here, knees to chest and roll down, extend the legs out and in. Now hold the backs of the knees. Lift your head, draw your chin to your chest, roll up into your balance, elbows out wide, and just a couple times massaging out the back, rolling back to the shoulders, up to the balance, to the shoulders, to the balance. Last one, down and up. And I want you to stretch your legs out, slide down those legs, wrap around the ankles, the calves, wherever you can reach, and pull your chest down towards your knees. Then pull your toes in to a flexed foot. Maybe grabbing those toes and then straighten up your back. Good. Okay, turn yourself over to all fours. And we're going to grab, again, either your ball or a towel. I'll demonstrate with both. So this is going to be a focus on the legs. So So the towel, again, it's just going to give you a little less stability than if your knee was on the mat. And if you have a knee injury, you might also feel slightly more comfortable because you're not grinding your knee down into that mat. So we have, again, the towel's folded up as much as possible until it makes a little packet. And then stretch your right leg back. So your left knee is on your towel. Now, if you do have a ball, we're just bouncing on that ball. There. I'm going to lift the right leg up and down. So your head, your shoulders, and your hips are all in one line. We're not sinking down into that lower back at all as we're moving that right leg. I want you to really squeeze the top of that right leg. Each lift. Good. Aim for 6 and 5. Last 4. So think about that line, that crease that just kind of runs just under your bum that separates the leg, like your hamstring from your glute. That's what we want to lift and define. Hold the next one up. Now bend the knee. Heel stays in line with your hip. So it's like you're folding your foot in towards your hip, knee down to the mat. And then reaching that sole of it to the wall behind you. Think about your upper body. Try to pull your mat in 2. Stay there for 3 and 2. Last one. Now take the toe down to the mat. Lift your lower back a little taller. Tap the foot out and in. Up and over, up and back. Aim for 6 and 5. Again, arms stay strong and straight. No movement through the spine. Last 4, 3, 2, and 1. Point the toe. Rotate that leg outward, but point that right hip down to the mat. Lift the leg, hold at the top, stretch that toe, inhale slowly down. Exhale, lift and lower. Imagine you're lifting a heavy weight and then pulling a heavy spring down from the ceiling. Aim for 4 and 3. Use the breath, exhale, inhale, last 2. Holding last one. I want you to bend the knee, wrap the toe around, circle the knee up and around for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Reverse. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now pull that knee in line with your hip. Drop the right hip again. We're going to breathe out, roll the knee into the chest. Drop your head, round the spine. Breathe in, lift the head, lift the toe. Exhale, slow movements, ripple through your spine. Roll it back up. So it's not like whiplash. We're keeping the movement slow, keeping them controlled, and then lifting all the way up. One more each way. So we empty the lungs as we tuck, and we fill the lungs as we lift. Now I want you to extend that leg out once again. Imagine a finger lifting your belly button up and away, and now we're going to lift your left arm and your right leg, and down. Lift and lower. Stay there for 4 and 3. Just challenging the balance a little bit more. 2 and 1. Okay, drop the right knee. Push that ball or towel away. Quick stretch. Sit back onto your heels. Circle your wrists. So when we have a ball or something under that knee, there's a little bit more pressure on the arms, and that may kind of translate into some pressure on your wrists. So just good, important to move those around, stretch them afterwards. Now, set up for the other side, grab some water. I'm going to be balancing on something under that right knee. Hands under the shoulders, left leg back, belly button pulled up and away, shoulders down, head slightly up, and lift and lower. Right hip stays over the right knee, left hip stays pointing to the mat. Squeeze that glute, find that crease under that bum and lift it up the back of your leg. Stay there for 6 and 5. Last 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now bend and extend. Sole of the foot reaches to the back wall, heel pulls into the seat as if it's rolling along a track. Stay there 6 and 5. Think about the upper body, especially the second set, the second side. You're going to start to fatigue, so make sure those arms stay strong. Try to pull them apart, kind of like you're ripping your mat in two, taking the arms, just reaching those pinkies out to the edges of the mat. Last one, extend the leg, take the toe down, lift that lower back a touch, tap the foot out and in, up and over, up and back. Now think about your transverse abdominis, your corset muscle. Wrap it a little tighter around your middle to keep your spine perfectly straight. Aim for 4 and 3. Last 2 and 1. Toes at the corner of the mat. Point the toe. Rotate that leg outward, but keep the left hip pointing to the mat. Right hip over the knee. Lengthen through the toes on that left foot and lower. Lift and lower. Again, imagine you're lifting a heavy weight and then pulling a heavy spring. So we're working that muscle in both directions. Aim for 5, 4. Last 3, 2. Hold the last one up. Wrap that toe around, circle the knee up and around for 4, 3, 2, 1. Reverse it. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Up. Pull the knee in line with the hip. Breathe out, round the spine, knee to your forehead. Breathe in, lift the head, lift the toe. Exhale, articulating, rolling through that spine. Inhale, tailbone, lower back, middle back, upper back. Round, push, upper back, middle back, lower back, tailbone. So it's like reversing. Tailbone lifts, lower back arches, middle back, upper back. And then from the upper back, rolling through to the lower back. Last one from the lower back, rippling through to the upper back. And then take that knee down to the mat. And just push your ball or your towel away. Open your knees out. Sit back onto your heels. Slide your ribs between your knees, and again, circle those wrists, just kind of relieving any tension building up through the lower arms. Drag your hands back, wrap the hands behind you, lift the arms, lift the chest, inhale, and then exhale, hands wrapped in front, look down towards the abdominals, lift up to the ceiling, and then take the hands behind you. And lift your hips up here. So just pressing into the tops of the feet. Look to the wall behind you. Really stretch out those quad muscles in front of the legs. Your hip flexors at the front of the hips and your abdominals. Breathe in. Drop the hips down to your heels. Bend your elbows a little bit. And then straighten up the arms. Lift your hips. And get a lovely stretch once again. Drop it all the way down. Good. Knees back together. And spin yourself around. So I definitely think sometimes this lockdown and government saying that you're allowed to exercise once a day is actually making a lot of people exercise a lot more than they were before. It's like, oh, I'm allowed to exercise once a day. I might actually go out for a run or a walk rather than the 2 times a week that a lot of us do. So we're going to extend your right leg now. We're propped up onto your elbows. Left knee is bent. Left toe buttoned to the inside of that straight leg. And take your fingers to your lowest ribs. Scoop it down. Draw the belly button in. And then lower the shape of those legs down. Exhale, lift back up. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. So keep the rib to hip connection. Don't crack open your abdominals as the leg lowers. And get your full range of motion. Let that heel come almost to the mat and then lift it all the way up. Don't sink into your shoulders. Strong arms. Last one, breathing in and out to hold. Now sweep the leg to the right. Let that left hip come up off the mat. Sweep the toe to the left. Right hip comes up. Stay there for 4, 3, last 2, and 1. Come back to the center and switch the legs. Right knee into the chest. Left leg long. Lift up out of the shoulders. Scoop the belly button down. Inhale. Heel comes almost to the mat. Exhale, lift all the way up. Breathe in. Don't let those abdominals crack open at all. Exhale, lift. Aim for 3. And lift. Last 2. And lift. 1 more. Lift and hold. Now we sweep to the left. Sweep over to the right. Let those hips roll up off the mat, but no movement through the shoulders. Stay there for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Back to the center. Pull both knees in. Stretch both legs out. Lower the legs down. Exhale, lift. Breathe in and out. Keep the core tight as you lower and lift. Option top. Do single legs if it feels too strong with both legs. Breathe in. Breathe out. Again, breathe in and out. Inhale, exhale, breathe in, breathe out. Good. Pull your knees into your chest. Come up to sitting. Straighten up your back, shoulders back. Good. Now we're going to come up to standing. I'm going to see if I can roll you up so we don't have to use our hands. Hands come behind the knees. I'm going to roll back. I want you to cross your feet, roll up, power into those feet, and all the way to standing. Okay, so grab your weights or some water bottles, whatever you have to hand. Now, I said I was going to work on a little bit of balancing today. So we're going to try to do some upper body exercises while standing on one leg. So lift your left knee, arms out to the side, find your balance, zip the core, shoulders down, small circles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and hold. Now reverse your circles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Counting down. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and hold on. Just kick that toe out and in, out and in. Slow movements. 4 and 3. Last 2. 1. Take your left foot down. Lift your right knee up. Now lift the arms up and down. Lift and lower. Aim for 8 and 7, 6. If you don't have weights, just imagine pushing the air together, pushing it down, just turning the palms up and down. Last 3, 2, and 1. Now keep that knee up. We're going to do our treading water. Little circles, elbows, hands, shoulders all in a line for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Reverse it. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, let's lower that right foot. Lower the arms. Remember to roll your shoulders back. Roll them forward. Now you need to zip your feet together. Knees together. Bend your knees. Go side on. Hips reaching to the back wall. Ears, shoulders, hips all in one line. Zip the core tight. Reach your arms out to the side and down. Lift and lower. Stay there. 8 and 7. Keep the core strong. Integrate all your muscles. Squeeze the knees together. Get the inner thighs working. Get the glutes working. Last 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now take your weights to your shoulders. Extend one arm forward, one arm back. Pull it in and switch. In, reach forward and back. Punching out, punching back. Aim for 4, 3, last 2, and 1. Now pull your elbows up behind your back. Extend the arms out and in, out and in. Now if you don't have weights but do have a resistance band, just a quick alternative. Just do it like this. Out and in, out and in. We're going to aim for 6, 5, 4. Shoulder blades together. 3, 2. Hold the last one. Pulse your hands together behind your back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now just tap those weights to your hips. Straight arms up and down. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, shoulder blades together, lift the head slightly, 2, and 1, and just stand, roll everything out, step your feet apart, drop your weights, your band, whatever you're using, right arm up to the ceiling, pull that elbow in, try to connect your left hand to the right behind your back, ribs towards your hips, chin up, float up into a balance, holding nice and high, and so you can stay high as you switch to the other side. Pull that elbow in, fingertips together, and stay high on those toes, chin up, core strong, ribs towards your hips, wriggle to get a little taller, and then lower your heels down, just roll everything out. Good, now just kind of kick your weights or your band, any props out of the way. We're going to do one more balance. We're going to start on our left leg. Hands just kind of touching your hip bones here. And we're just going to lift the back leg as you drop your chest. Breathe in, touch the foot, lift the head. So that line goes from your ears to your shoulders, through your hips, right down to that ankle. Lift the back leg as the chest drops. Inhale, touch the toe. 2 more. Chest drops, back leg goes up into a T. Inhale back. Last one. Chest drops, back leg lifts. Hold. Stay there for 4, 3, 2, 1, and slowly all the way down. And we switch legs. Shake out your left leg a little bit. Bouncing on the right, hands on your hips. Drop the chest, lift the back leg, hold. Breathe in, hinge. Remember that line running from the top of the head right through the tip of your toe. Don't bend that line. Drop the chest, lift the back leg. Inhale. Good. Let's aim for 3 more. Keep your hips square. Exhale, lower. Inhale, foot down, chest up. Make any corrections. Keep the core strong. Now we're going to lower. Hold this one for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Then come back to standing. Drop your left foot. Lift your right foot. Foot into your hand. Hips forward. Shoulders back. And pull that foot in towards your seat. Switch legs. Left foot into your hand. You can have your hand up. Hand down by your side. Shoulder blades together. Don't get the death wobble. Good. Okay. Now, both feet down to the mat. Stand somewhere in the middle of your mat. I want you to drop your chin around your spine. Roll all the way down. Try to touch the mat, touch your toes. Then bend your knees. Knees between the hands and sit yourself down. Good. Okay, now grab your ball or your towel and place it between your knees. Give it a good squeeze. Have a look at your feet. Feet should be about a hip width apart, so there's about that same space of that kind of squish towel or ball, and we have that between our knees, between your feet as well. Roll yourself all the way down. Walk your feet in close. Make sure you have a decent grip on that ball or towel. We're going to press the lower back down. Draw the belly button in. Big pelvic floor lift. Imagine pulling your tailbone up to your pubic bone curling into the chest. Breathe into the sides of the rib cage. And then breathe out. Peel your spine all the way up. Good. Now we're going to drop the hips down. Exhale, lift. And lower. And lift. Squeezing that towel or that ball between the knees. Each time you lift the hips, stay there for 4 and 3, last 2, hold the last one up. Now lift the arms up overhead all the way to the wall behind you till the backs of the hands are touching the floor. Lift the hips even higher. Just squeeze that ball or towel, squeeze it. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then drop your rib cage down first. Middle back second. Every joint of your lower back comes down third. Hip bones and tailbone down last. And then we take our hands to our sides. Now I want you to find your weights, if you have them. And we're going to come up onto our tiptoes. So heels up. We're going to press the lower back down. We're going to peel the spine all the way up. Tighten the core. Reach your arms up to the ceiling. You lower the hips as you lower the elbows. Squeeze the glutes as you lift the arms. Breathe in and out. Stay there. 6 and lift. 5. Squeeze that ball or that towel each time. 4, 3, last 2, and 1. Now breathe in. Reach those weights all the way behind you. Lift the hips a little higher. Squeeze that ball or that towel a little tighter, and then melt your spine all the way back down to the mat. 1 vertebra at a time. Drop your heels, take your hands down to your sides. Now take the towel or that ball away and roll yourself over onto your front. Now, I'm going to place the towel or the ball between your knees or slightly above your knees. Point your toes, weights if you have them in your hands. We're going to start just squeezing that towel or ball, scooping your belly button in and lift the chest up and down. Lift and lower. Keep going there. I'm just going to see how this works with the ball. Make sure it's still the same sensation. Yes. Just lift and lower. Stay there for 4, And 3. Last 2. Hold the last one up. Now we need to drop the chest as you reach the arms forward. Lift the chest as you pull your elbows back. Inhale forward. Exhale, elbows into a W shape. Pubic bone heavy on the mat. Tailbone reaching towards your heels. Nice long spine. Last 2. And lift. If it's too strong, just drop the weights. Last 1. And lift. Now take your hands down to your sides. Lift your chest. Lift the legs. Inhale, hands, chest, legs, all come back down to the mat. Exhale, lift the chest, turn the shoulder blades together, pinkies up to the ceiling, squeeze that ball of that towel between the knees. Inhale, lower 2 more times. Chest up, legs up, rotate the arms, reaching from the crown of the head to the tips of the toes, and down. Last 1, chest up, legs up, hold for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Then drop everything down. Reach your arms out, again in front of you. Let's take that ball or towel away. And let's actually drop the weights. Arms and legs into an X through the middle of the mat. Belly button pulled in. Arms and legs up and flutter. Quick flutter for 8, 7, 6, 5. Looking down at the mat. 3, 2, and 1. Breathe in to lower. Breathe out. Lift up once again and flutter. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, bit bigger, a bit faster, 2, and 1. Hands under your shoulders. Sit back onto your heels. Stretch out your back. Rest your head. And breathe. Good. Come up to all fours. Take your right arm, thread it through your body. Head and shoulders are down on the mat. Left arm up to the ceiling. Imagine somebody pulling that arm through. Breathe into the sides of your rib cage. And then breathe out, take the top hand down, bottom hand wraps the other way. So the right hand is up to the ceiling, then reversing the twist of the spine. Inhale, right hand down, left arm comes through, sliding across, hips stay over the knees. And then right arm goes up to the ceiling. Press into the back of that left arm as you're stretching it long. And then take the right hand down, left arm comes back through and all the way up to the ceiling. Come down. Now we're going to come up into a plank. Hold, head up, shoulders down, and swoop your left leg under your body. Left foot at the left edge of your mat. Actually, it's my right leg under my body. Sorry, I get confused sometimes. Elbows down, chest down. I just really melt all the way into the floor. Good. And a little bit of movement side to side. And then come out of that stretch, just lift the chest, walk your hands back, and cross that right leg up into your plank, head up, shoulders down, left leg crosses under, left foot goes to the right edge of your mat. Imagine somebody sliding, pulling that right leg back, look up to the ceiling, down to your elbows, down to your chest, onto one cheek, and breathe. Let everything go. Roll yourself onto your back. If you have a band, grab one now. And around your foot, left leg out, elbows out wide, shoulders down, just holding your stretch, getting that leg as straight as you can. If you don't have a band, just use your hands like this. Try to find a neutral spine, little gap under your lower back. The band in your hand, take the leg out to the side. Hold there, shoulders down on the mat. Left hip is heavy, pull that leg in. And then cross the leg across the body. Keep the right hip down, press the heel away, pull that band, and breathe. Back to the center, left foot goes into your band, right leg stretches out along your mat. So change sides now. Pull that left leg into the chest. And pass the band into your left hand, leg goes out to the left side for our inner thigh stretch. Right hand comes to the right hip to hold it down. Try to get that foot close up towards your shoulder and down towards the floor. And then cross the body, switch hands on the band. Pull that foot in, kick the heel away, keep the left hip down. And back to the center. And let's drop the band. Roll yourself all the way over. Imagine a string in the middle of your back, just pulling it up. Drop the chin, tuck your tailbone, scoot the abdominals in, tuck your toes under, lift your knees up, press into your heels, arch the back. Imagine that tail now with your tailbone, lifting the tailbone up to the ceiling, and walk your hands back towards your feet. Bend the knees, round the spine, slowly roll yourself all the way back up to standing. Shoulders and head up, last arms come up. Draw your heels together, inner thighs reaching towards each other, and come up into a bounce with the toes slightly turned out, shoulders down, ribs to hips, and then arms out to the side, and just finish with a nice chest opener. And then shake everything out. Good. Well done, everybody. So again, 5:30 today, we're going to do a beginner session. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel. Please spread the word. We're trying to get up to 100 subscribers. I think we've got just over 50 now. Also follow us on Instagram and Facebook for updates and just anything that's happening in the Get Brooked world, what you can look out for. We'll be back 5:30 tonight, 1 p.m. tomorrow, and I think we're going to plan a 2 p.m. session. These are all London times on Saturday. Have a good day.
Okay.